All right, welcome everyone. Today we're diving deep into the wisdom behind one of the most recognized figures on the planet, Ganesha. But we're not just looking at the image you already know. We're going to uncover the incredible spiritual truths hidden in his form, all through the teachings of the great sage Kanchi Mahaperiyava. So let's get right into it.
I mean, you've seen him everywhere, right? The beloved elephant-headed deity. But here's the thing. According to Mahaperiyava, his form isn't just some icon. It's actually a roadmap to understanding the entire universe. So, what is this incredible secret that's been hiding in plain sight all along?
Okay, so to really start this journey, we've got to see Ganesha the way people who hold him closest do. And for that, we're heading to the South Indian state of Tamil Nadu. You see, down there, he's more than just a deity. He has this really special place in their hearts, and even a unique name that makes the divine feel so much more personal.
They call him Pilayar, and that's not just another name. It's this term packed with so much love and respect. It literally means the noble son, because they see him as the revered eldest child of the divine parents, Parvati and Parameshwara. It's just a beautiful way to make this huge cosmic figure feel like family, you know?
And you know what's so cool about this? It's how accessible he is. Kanchi Mahaperiyava really points this out. Unlike almost any other deity, Pilayar is just everywhere. You don't have to go to some grand, imposing temple. His presence, his grace, it's right there on a busy street corner, under a peaceful peepal tree, or sitting by a riverbank. He is, without a doubt, a deity for absolutely everyone, everywhere.
But listen, don't let that accessibility or his kind of childlike form fool you for a second. His power is absolutely immense. And the way he shows it, it's with this incredible, almost disarming ease. In fact, there's this one amazing story that just shows this perfectly. So get this, the great poet Avayar, a huge devotee of Ganesha, is doing her daily worship. Meanwhile, her friends are all in a massive rush, trying to get to the heavenly abode Kailasha, and they're telling her to hurry it up. But Avayar's response? It's just perfect. She calmly tells them, "You guys go on ahead. For me, my Ganesha puja is my Kailasha." Wow, she chose real, unhurried devotion over some big spiritual race. And what happens next is just incredible. The moment she finishes her worship, Ganesha himself appears, totally pleased with her sincerity. And with one single gentle motion, he just scoops her up with his trunk and places her in Kailasha, instantly. And the best part? She gets there long before her friends who are in such a hurry.
And that story just captures the whole essence of his power, doesn't it? It's exactly like Kanchi Mahaperiyava says. He is a Swami who performs great acts of grace with absolute ease. It's like he's performing these monumental, universe-shifting acts with the same effortlessness as a child playing a game. It really shows you true power doesn't need all that frantic rushing around. Okay, so this idea of effortless power, it brings us to the absolute core of Mahaperiyava's teaching. This is where we get to the deepest secret of Ganesha's form. It's all about his connection to the very sound of creation itself.
The key idea here, the one you really need to get, is Pranava Swarupam. What does that mean? It means he is the literal, physical embodiment of Om. You know, that cosmic sound, the primordial vibration that the entire universe supposedly emerged from? So think about that for a second. He's not just a god in the universe. His very form is the shape of the universe's origin story.
And here's where it gets really mind-blowing. You can actually see it. Just look at his form for a moment. That curve of his elephant head, and then the beautiful sweep of his trump. When you put them together, they perfectly trace out the sacred symbol of Om. So his form isn't random at all. It's a visual mantra. It's the sound of creation, literally made visible for us to see. So once you grasp that his whole form is symbolic, then suddenly you start seeing deep meaning in every little detail. I'm talking everything, from his huge body down to that tiny little mouse at his feet.
And this contrast is just a brilliant piece of philosophy right here. On one hand, you have his enormous body, which is called Sthula Kaya. That represents the entire boundless cosmos, everything. And then, what's his ride? A tiny little mouse. And that mouse represents us, the individual soul. The message there is just so beautiful, isn't it? The infinite, all-powerful divine is there to guide the small, humble soul that simply puts its trust in him.
Okay, but what about maybe his most famous feature? The one that, at first glance, seems kind of like an imperfection. I mean, why is one of his tusks broken?
Well, here's the kicker. He broke it himself, on purpose. Now, an elephant's tusk is everything. It's a symbol of its beauty, its pride, its weapon. And Ganesha sacrificed this powerful symbol of ego for something much, much bigger. He used it as a pen to write down the entire epic, the Mahabharata. Just think about that. It is the ultimate lesson in sacrificing your personal pride for the good of the world.
And this incredible symbolism doesn't just stop with his form. It flows right into the way he's worshipped. The simple rituals people perform, they're not just rituals. They are profound philosophical lessons in action.
Well, let's take something you've probably seen 100 times, breaking a coconut. Why do people do that for Ganesha? I promise you, it is not just some random tradition. There's a deep meaning behind it.
So according to Mahapariyava, the coconut tells a whole story in 3 parts. Part 1, that super hard, tough outer shell. What's that? Well, that's us. That's our ego, our stubbornness, our sense of being so important. So, what's the next step? The action. The physical act of smashing that coconut. That is a powerful metaphor for shattering our own ego, for completely and totally surrendering our own stubborn will to something higher. And what do you find once that hard shell is broken? You get to the pure, sweet water and the soft fruit inside. And that represents the inner bliss, the divine sweetness that's actually inside us all along. We just can't get to it until we break through that ego. It's such a profound lesson, all packed into one simple action, isn't it? And then you have something called the Tapakarana. This one is a really unique physical ritual, and the origin story behind it is just delightful. The story goes that Lord Vishnu himself was the first one to ever do it. Apparently, the child Ganesha had playfully grabbed Vishnu's powerful discus, the Sudarsana chakra, and popped it in his mouth. So, to get this divine kid to laugh and give it back, Vishnu crossed his arms, grabbed his own ears, and started doing these little sit-ups. Ganesha thought it was hilarious, laughed, and the discus came out. It just goes to show, even the most powerful beings approach this child god with a sense of humility and playful fun.
So when you put it all together, it comes back to what Kanchi Mahapariyava says. This is who Ganesha is. He is the remover of obstacles, this huge cosmic force, but at the same time he is this beautiful child god. He's totally approachable and just ready to shower his complete, effortless grace on anyone who comes to him with a pure heart.
And really, that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about, doesn't it? If you think about it, the greatest lesson from Ganesha might just be that broken tusk, the sacrifice of his own ego for the sake of wisdom and for the good of all. So it makes you wonder, what's our tusk? What's that piece of our own pride, our own vanity, that we can stand to sacrifice for a purpose that's bigger than ourselves?
Well, that's all for this explainer. Thank you so much for joining us. If you found this as fascinating as I did, please do us a favor and like, share, and subscribe. We'd love to bring you more deep dives into wisdom from all corners of the world. See you next time.